Mallory and I had an awesome start to the weekend. She had gotten us some concert tickets in Baltimore in the Inner Harbor, so Thursday before we left we had a nice little date night. But then after that, it was time to get right on the road to Ohio. The old man had been hard at work, and when we pulled up, to our surprise, the driveway had been widened like 6 feet where we park our RV. It's amazing how much this family does for us and is willing to do for us to help us race and accomplish our goals out in Ohio. The Dodger had been sitting since our last trip to Ohio. I had to do some work for Hot Shots, and we never got any time to test before we left Delaware because of the rain. So when we got into town, I made sure we pulled the truck off the trailer, went over it a little bit, and I got to work on fixing some things because I wanted to make it run just a little bit better, and the tune-up is not 100% there yet. It's good enough to go down the track, but to just drive it around, it's not there yet. While the old man was making some adjustments to Billy's carburetor, I figured we would take a more modern approach to some of our problems. Are you?
Yep.
So, I'm not really sure what I'm doing just yet, but we made it out to Ohio and there isn't a mad rush to fix anything or do anything crazy. So what I'm trying to sit down and figure out now is the truck has this nasty problem when you come off throttle. When you let off the throttle, it likes to stall out and die. Now, not a big deal for me because I just drive it, it is what it is. But I do want to put Mallory in this thing, and I'd like to make it a little easier for her to do a burnout and then not have to kind of keep your foot in it while you're on the brakes and all this, that, and the other. So I've got absolutely no clue what I'm doing. I've tried to phone a couple friends. I'm waiting for them to get back to me, but I'm going to try to log what happens when I come off throttle like that and see if I can find the issue myself. Through a little bit of research, it looks like, you know, that's either a rich or lean condition. So if that's the case, I'm sure that we can fix that in the fuel table, but there might be some other things too. So we're going to try and work on it and see what happens. I think I broke the truck. I don't know what's happening. We got some air in the cooling system. Obviously the temperature shot way up. So I came over here, put the hose in it, temperature dropped right back down as soon as we got some more water in it. So obviously I've got some kind of a coolant system leak. I know that there's one little one. I didn't think it was affecting me too much, but apparently I'm wrong. And now it just sounds like the whole driver's side of the motor is just like not firing correctly, not happy. I don't know. I'm about sick of this damn truck. This thing's killing me. So I guess now I'm gonna pull plugs and try to figure out what's wrong with it. Yay. Well, I changed the plugs out. It sounds a little better. It's still not right, but we're running out of time. We got to get over to Marion and race tonight. So we're just gonna have to send it as is and hope for the best. You look so focused.
Yeah, I'm just trying to focus on is it gonna be fucked up or not?
Pretty much. Ooh. Well, unfortunately, Marion canceled tonight due to heavy chance of rain, and I'm not sure that it's much better here, but instead Pacemakers has opened up, and maybe if we hustle we can get some racing in, or at least some test and tune in. Now, I've never been to this track. I know Billy's been here. He's told me some stuff about it. Other folks have. So I'm going to go check out the surface, see what it's like, and see what we can do, because there might be a chance that the guy I was supposed to grudge race round 1 of the Shitbox class at Marion may show up here and still want to do it. So I got to be ready.
I feel bad, but it said 10. It did. Everybody did.
Yeah, it moved quick.
Everybody checked it.
Yeah, you know what's happening behind me. I'm about to take this Dodger down this fucking track anyway.
Do it.
Watch me.
He won't.
After getting rained out yesterday, we did manage to make one pass on motor last night after the track had dried up. We caught a break in the rain. It was pretty dark, so I didn't want to do anything on nitrous, and we ended up getting one done on motor. Now, that was on purpose because I've never run the truck on motor and draggied it, so I have no idea what it would do, what it could do. That might come into play a little bit later on today. We might have a little special surprise, a little motor on motor race. But today it looks like the weather's gonna hold out. They're drying the track. It's probably gonna be cloudy all day, but we're gonna do Shitbox Sunday here at Pacemakers. Have a great time. I'm gonna get in this thing and race, and it's gonna be awesome. I cannot wait to get back behind the wheel of this thing, spray some nitrous, and put on a show for all these people that came out to enjoy the Sunday. It was a beautiful Sunday at Pacemakers. Even though we got rained out the night before and things didn't quite go as planned, I still managed to make a hit on the motor and make sure the truck was in working condition. Now,
I wasn't realizing it yet, but I was about to have a lot of work ahead of me. See, this whole Shitbox Sunday was my race, my idea, and we never really expected the amount of people to show up that did. I want to once again thank everybody that was there and the team that helped us pull it off, because it was a great time for a lot of people. But before we could get to racing, King Shit had to make his appearance. I was going to have to spend a whole lot of time working that day, and very first off the bat, King Shit had to tech the cars himself for the Shitbox Showdown.
I want you to keep in mind who you think is a puppy kicker and who you think is a puppy. Remember those two things, because at the end of tech, we have a special prize for them. We've got some trickery in the kingdom. Can you prove to me that it has 17 pounds of oil pressure? Let's do it. 21 pounds of oil pressure, he's good. Okay. Where are your zip ties?
Under the hood, under wiring.
You have zip ties?
Yeah.
Was I born at night or last night? It's got factory control arms, it's good.
Matt, I promise it passes.
Original carpet. How many cats have peed on that carpet?
I do agree.
3 cats have peed on the carpet, it's allowed. I know that there is a call out for the king as first pair, and I will graciously accept that call out. Are there any other call outs before we draw tips?
Call out the king.
A black S10.
Now that some of King Shit's work had been done, it was time to get started with round 1 of racing. I was first pair down in the Shitbox Showdown, facing Sam from Ohio and his small block Chevy Nitrous S10 truck. I may have left the line a little late, but I managed to get around Sam in round 1, which was good enough to move on to round 2. Unfortunately, I didn't really have time to do anything to the truck other than up the nitrous ramp a little bit, because King Shit still had more work to do.
It's been small tire. It's been small tire. It's been big tire. It's been shitbox. It's been stick shift. It's been every class has put something on this fucking track surface. And I love you guys to death, but go to Harbor Freight, go buy a 2-sided painter's tarp and make a homemade engine diaper like is on this thing. It will cost you $12 and some zip ties, and it'll save me a whole lot of heartache.
By King Shit.
Yes, sir.
How are you feeling?
I feel pretty good. We've had, you know, it's been a little bit hard to get done, but there's a lot of people here and a lot of people are enjoying themselves. So as long as people are enjoying themselves, I'm happy. That's what matters.
So you made it through first round?
Yep.
Hell yeah. King Shit in second round.
There's definitely some downfalls to running a race. One of those is when it was time to race again, the only thing I had time to do was run back to the RV, grab the truck, and start putting some heat in the bottle in the lanes. I had Mallory check the tires, and we were down on air pressure pretty bad. Now, I knew we didn't have time to run back and get the air pump, and it probably wasn't charged up and everything else, so I told her let's just even the tires out and use really low air pressure, but as long as both sides are even, it'll be okay. This was also my theory in the burnout. I did a super long, hot burnout in an attempt to get the tires hot enough to get extra air in them and raise the PSI a little bit. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to get the second round win, but I knew right at that moment when I felt that 60 foot and the way the truck worked, it had gone a personal best, and it damn sure did. The Shitbox Showdown class had two pretty shitty finalists. I was super happy to see that Cat Piss had won and taken the Shitbox Showdown. The next day, I was sure to get back over to the Hoskinsons to let the dogs run around and pee on everything just one more time. I love you guys. After that, we all sat down, ate some breakfast, and enjoyed a few laughs before we packed up and headed back to Delaware. Now, I'm not sure when we're going to make it out to Ohio again. I was thinking about trying to go this weekend, but it doesn't look like that's going to work out. So it's going to be at least a few more weeks before we see our second family again. That's why it was super important to at least stop by, eat some breakfast, and hang out for a little bit before we hit the road again. Race days are really hard. We don't get a lot of time to hang out and spend time with each other like we would like because we've all got so much going on. But we love it and we're going to continue to do it. So it's really these moments of the weekend that make it all worth it. Getting to spend time with your family, enjoying each other's company, sharing a few laughs, and living the dream.